Unlike your ex, football is back, and so are we. They call us the three-a-side. My name is Shwaz, biggest supporter of United in this side of the Sahara.
And my name is Babs, a bigger Man United fan.
Not bigger than me, definitely.
And my name is Tim, supporting the biggest club in world football.
Real Madrid.
And Liverpool.
You're wearing an Arsenal jersey.
You have to support the needy.
Speaking of which, football is back. We're talking about the Community Shield. It was the battle of the two strikers, one off the bench, one touted to be the best, behaved like Lukaku. We all know the result, 3-1.
Timberland.
Honestly, I feel Liverpool jumped the gears when they needed to. Seen them through pre-season, they looked like one of the worst teams, looked like very disjointed, but when it matters, they gave the results. I know people tend to rubbish the Community Shield and say it's a glorified whatever. Mourinho brought it up and said it's a trophy. I still believe it's a trophy. It's the best way to start the season.
Yep.
Liverpool finished second to City last season. They lost in the Champions League. That thing that was being looked as a quadruple just looked like a very worst season. Then they went on to do a parade for some Mickey Mouse caps, but very, very good of you. Very good to revenge. How are you looking forward to this season? Anything that you're carrying off from that game, and how you're moving forward to the season?
The only thing that is very important is Darwin should not start.
He didn't start that game as well.
Yeah, Cindy. But the other thing, I told you, my pass, one touch, is good.
Nani Darwin? It makes sense because...
But like Haaland, they all have one problem. Shida ni kukuwa na ball from the middle, dribble, connect ball. That was a problem.
But of the two of them, Yali looked more comfortable. Because when he came, he nominally played like he's on the left, coming towards the middle and linking play from the middle, from what Firmino was doing, to his wingers. And alikuwa nakanika comfortable sana. Biggest threat I think of the night, because before that the ball was swinging on the balance. He was the difference. He came in and
take it,
yeah. When he came on, he became the biggest difference. Maybe City defenders have never seen him play. Hawakuwa wanajua how to handle him. But again, like you say, I also feel the same. Like he's coming into a very big stage. His biggest way is to start on the bench as he progresses into the first team. You can't have 70 odd million sitting on the bench. You have to be a very luxury team, maybe like Man City. Have Grealish on the bench for 100 million. Can't come on when they're playing Aston Villa in the last game of the season. Do you still feel the race is between the two teams for the league?
No.
Yes.
No. The race is between 4 teams. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham.
Those are 5 teams. We've talked about City, we've talked about Liverpool. It's good you've mentioned Arsenal thrashing Sevilla 6-0 in that glorified useless cup they play before the season starts. Nilisikia season ikianza tunarudisha Yesu kwa msalaba, sijui kama ni ukweli.
Yesu mgani?
Gabriel
Jesus. Jesus ni deadly. Technique na kuna kiona venye anafunga ball ni deadly.
So, speaking of Arsenal, they look very good. Still a very youngish squad. Their captain is 23 years. I know there's the whole thing. Xhaka was given the captain armband akasema no, respectfully, and I respect him for that. Siwezi tena kwa my ex ni kwa nini kama tushasonga. I think he's...
Do you think it was the right choice?
Yes.
Odegaard.
Yes.
But he's been like the captain throughout the season.
Arsenal's captain on and off the field is Xhaka. But the guy with the armband is Odegaard. We all know the reason why Xhaka is not the captain. That thing that he did. But again, he has a very big responsibility to lead that team because mbele na nyuma Arsenal is a very young squad. Hapa katikati ndio kuna wazee. Xhaka Partey. hapa katikati ndio kuna wazee, so they have the key role responsibility of making sure Arsenal gets to top 3. If you look at the end of last season, one injury to Partey and that was it. Hiyo story ya kumaliza top 3 kaisha. To me, I feel like they look very good of the addition of the first 2. They look very 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 good. Sidhani kama wame lose game pre-season. Gabriel should have scored 10 goals by now. Good additions as well in terms of him and the left back Zinchenko. Na uzuri wamebuy from a proven club. Arteta also has a history with them. So I feel like unless others, because this is the Arsenal, this is their chance ya kurudi top 4 honestly.
Mimi sioni akifika top 4 bado hawatamake.
Katikati yao
Tottenham are more refined. I think they have a better coach. I think wako na a better squad in general yenye inaweza push ku maintain their top 4 status. And pali tu na doubts ni Chelsea, but again Chelsea with them, you see this, I feel like they're lacking, nikawa walikuwa na depth but all of a sudden they're not so there. I don't know why. Yes, we may add like Raheem into the mix, but I still feel like looking at like their midfield right at the central place where Kante and Kovacic play, hapo ndio nadhani kuna shida. If Kante, maybe if he does play this season, it's a bonus to them, but when he's not there, hapo ndio shida ina stem from. In terms of dictating play and all that, we know what those two do. So without, I think they should have an addition to that area. It's quite key.
Let me ask you another question. There's this young guy from Norwich, Chelsea player that played on Norwich loan.
I know the guy you're talking about.
Gilmour.
Yeah.
Gilmour.
Yeah.
Do you think the youngsters at Chelsea, especially the midfield, because they have a few midfielders who were in loan this season, now Kopo, do you think wanaweza come to replace the current?
I think maybe give them another season just for the experience. Yes, they've become acclimatized to it somehow, but I still think they're not too young. If at all, ni come from the bench first. Like washazoea kucheza, yes, but on a lower team. I wouldn't say Norwich ni team.
Given injuries,
that's what I'm saying. Off the bench ni addition, but for them to start a game, I still think wako.
So what happens when Kante, Kovacic wote wako nje?
See, hapo ndo nimesema kuna shida.
Then there's this tall guy,
Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, he's an inner ball. Look, Conor Gallagher is very 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 quality. I think was player of the season for Palace. Broke into the England team rather. Should be starting for Chelsea if you ask me.
I think so.
Should be starting for Chelsea. I rate Gilmour very 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 much. The only problem, and it's quote unquote a Chelsea tradition, sio rahisi for them to trust straight from the academy. I think it's the reason why they have the most loanees out there, because wako used to buying. So they're facing this problem where Abramovich is there no more. They have players out of contract. As Pliqueta, Christensen has gone, Rudiger went, the other left back also wants to go, Alonso. They cannot be able to replace.
Plus again defense ukiangalia haiko as like wako na aged central defenders,
because ni wamesign Koulibaly, then there is Thiago Silva, then there is Chalobah, Malang Sarr. So the problem is they have signed two very quality players, Sterling and Koulibaly. Off the books, of course, we know what they can do. The only problem is they're facing a problem whereby they used to buy at quality prices and bully anyone, but for some reason now they cannot be able to sign.
Even a team that does not have money is bullying them.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Anytime they're linked with a player, maybe he wants to go to Barcelona or doesn't want to leave the league, the club. I think just the disorganization of the fact of where they find themselves right now as Chelsea is the big problem.
And is that a problem that was caused with the exit of
exit of Abramovich?
It impacted them a lot.
Alikuwa na the business of the club at the back of his hand, and then hakuna kitu dangerous kama when they lost 4-0 to Arsenal and the coach comes out and says we will need a few weeks to be ready.
Hiyo ni the most childish thing ndani ya Moise Tuchel.
So Friday EPL starts.
First game Palace Arsenal,
London derby.
Yes, and many have written it off. It looks like Palace are going in for a beating. I don't believe so.
It can be a draw.
Quite possibly. I also see it as a draw. If
Because
the game was at Emirates, I would call it a straight win for Arsenal.
Okay.
I don't think.
I think usually Arsenal normally get off to bad starts. Normally, I don't know why.
I think they've had the best preseason in the world.
Yeah, but when the league starts normally, game.
I know that's a different whole ball game.
So, it might be a draw. I think it might be a draw or a beating.
We'll have to wait and see. Generally, I don't want them to win. I'm just giving my result based of nothing. It's 0-0 for me or 1-1, something like. Okay, they have to score because they've been scoring goals. 1-1 Odegaard. Not because if Jesus scores again, we won't be able to breathe in this world. Which brings us nicely to another team that started off pre-season nicely and now they can't win a game. Hi, bro. How are you? How is Cristiano doing?
Ronaldo, the GOAT. I think we're a team in progress. Somehow, like, watching our games, at least I can say we are finding rhythm to the play. Kuna kitu imechange. Kuna ball inachezwa yenye. At least with time, team itakuwa tu sawa. Hapo tunamaliza namba 6-7.
Umsanaongelea with time team itakuwa sawa alafu nasema watamaliza namba 6-7. That's not an acceptable result.
It is.
At United.
Comparing the teams that are ahead of us, una accept to position yako like.
So what exactly has changed if you're finishing 6th or 7th? Because last season pia mlimaliza tu hapo.
Kuna hiyo style of play. At least kuna kitu si kuingia na launch and shoot.
So kitu unasema ni eri mshindo but in a style of play poa.
What if ni hype kama
see, that's why I've said we wait and see, but as per what I've seen, kuna progress with how the team is playing. Like unaweza sema okay, wana try kitu ile ingine uko unaelewa ilikuwa kila mtu na kuna vibes and inshallah rushia Ronaldo labda atafunga, like sai unaweza ona that there is something
na kuna progress without Cristiano Ronaldo.
That it's a good thing. Like pia if he can like how the coach said, it's up to him to be fit and prove himself. Ni basi hakuna story nyingine tunaongea. Wewe kuwa fit, jiprove unaweza uko kwa team.
But there's this whole politics of he doesn't want to play, he has family matters. He wants to play for a club that is playing in the Champions League. Then he shows up for training. Then he shows up with Ferguson. First of all, what's Ferguson doing?
Kuna venye, first of all, I think
Ferguson and Cristiano are the main problems in that team of Man United.
Like it's a double-edged sword because Fergie has respect not only from. He has respect in the football community.
But
so Fergie
that is a problem.
So to my point, he has influence to players and the likes. So with him on your side, unaona saa zingine mnataka signing, Fergie anaweza kuwa intermediary hapo. But I think we are so caught up with the Ferguson era na wase kutry
thank you
na that's where people should move away from it like ishapita tumekubali alido his team
but really wanarudisha club nyuma because before hizi tribulations zote zianze United looked like a team that has a nice style of play and getting results until Ferguson na Ronaldo wakaanza
kuona nice style of play sema tu ilikuwa result oriented.
No, it was result oriented but it looked
tujakuwa nayo
the first three games
style of play at ile counter attack yenye ilikuwa ile hiyo ndio ilikuwa style of play. Defend, weka hapo watu wakimbie inshallah.
Game ya kwanza ya Ten Hag against Liverpool na game ya Palace is everything different of what you've ever seen at United for the past 6-7 years. Until hiyo msukosuko ikaanza, then suddenly now United are almost back to what we know. Are they in sense preparing for the fact that Ronaldo is coming back into the team? So we have to sacrifice one person?
Probably.
Yeah, wasata mwanza number 6 vile nilisema.
Tupatie nini? Top 4 prediction yako.
For Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. No, Arsenal, Tottenham.
We ni fan wa Liverpool, unaeka Liverpool chini ya City.
Ni fan wa Arsenal. Hiyo jezi na kuuza. Deep down huko ndani.
Mimi niko very
realistic. Kumbe Msalanda.
Mimi sio umesema ni mtu amaliza namba 7.
Huwa naogopa banta. Wachana na wase wa banta.
Mimi siogopi banta. Mimi nakuwa realistic. Liverpool I don't think bado tuko mahali.
Hata na game 1 mshapiga City.
Hata.
I think ni City same flow tu. Top 4 itabaki as is. Venye ilisha la season ndio venye itakuwa.
No, sasa hapo top 4
but
3 4 5
9. 3 4 5. By Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, United.
Chelsea wameka top 4. In my own opinion. For me it's Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, United or any other.
So Arsenal loko top 4.
Arsenal loko top 4 in my eyes.
Okay.
Unless kama wana to enjoy.
Si unawajua.
But football is result oriented na tunaona.
But si unawajua. But anyway, acha tungoje tuone.
Momentum ya Arsenal liko.
They have the best momentum coming into the Premier League. Then they have the best momentum in the world.
Kan momentum iko.
Na ina building for sure. They have the best momentum in the world. Okay, if we are being serious, banter aside, watapiga Palace. Unless otherwise. I'm not going with the old trick of what Arsenal are.
Wamezoea tu ku false start. Sijui mbona watashinda Emirates Cup yao alafu game ya kwanza.
Anyway, game is Friday night, so by Saturday asubuhi ngori yao itakuwa imeondokea, tutakuwa tunajua wakati tunawapiga banta ama tunajihumble. Anyway, we want to finish this, but you have a parting shot from about the late Simple Simon.
That's a man. See, kuna manini legends, fan legends dying. It's sad. But what can we say?
Elezea wase Simple Simon nani? Kuna mwenye anaweza fikiria ni DJ?
Simple Simon was the number 1 fan of Mathare United. Tangu nianze kuona ball. Yeye ndio nimekuwa nikiona.
Gidare.
Simple Simon.
May his soul rest in peace, manze. Kenyan football needs such kind of people. Kiweza enda stadium, watch ball kwa kama Simple Simon. Anyway, like I said, unlike your ex, we will be back again next week. Sasa story ndio itakuwa imeshika mbaya. Tutakuwa tuko na results. Sasa wacha tuna guess. Tutakuwa tuko na the true results. 10 games this week. Next week we are back with banter.
So guys, send your comments. Anything you need to share?
Bans.
Yeah, send a lot of banter
Banter.
Yeah. to this guy especially.
Number 7 of Manchester.
Cheers guys, see you next week.